the site finally. It's extremely windy. We got rain coming in this afternoon or tonight. I got the 260 with me and old reliable here. I'm gonna run it over all of the rock that I did yesterday. I won't bore you guys with that footage, and the only reason I'm doing that is I'm not 100% happy with how that rock turned out. And part of it is I'm just not used to running that TL8. Because what they did for some reason, I don't know, I'm sure it's in the 8, 10s, and 12s, but in the bucket, the arm cylinders there, they put dampeners in the TL8s and stuff. I'm sure all the new ones have it. So what you run into is, as you let the arms down, it gets about 2 to 3 inches from bottoming out, and they just like slow to a stop, and then they're real slow going down, where this one I can slam them all the way down just as quick as I want. So I've ran this machine for 10 or 11 years. I've gotten used to that. So trying to grade with the TL8, it's real quick in the movements, and I never use the float. I'm sure maybe using the float position might help. I just always do everything by eyesight and feel of what it's like in the machine. So I keep just getting these little dips with the TL8. It's like I could build you a motocross track, but if I want to get it flat and level, I need to just spend some more time with it, because it's hard to kind of compensate with that slow move. I'm sure there's a reason they've done that. I don't know if people complained about, I don't know, the arm slamming down or what, but it's just hard to get like the precision or get it perfect just like the way I want, with as quick as the machine is. And then like I said, trying to move the arms up and down, it gets down there and it kind of slows down, and you're already 2 or 3 feet past where you needed to be dragging it or moving it. And I'll kind of get the two next to each other and try to show it on camera. It's not a whole lot, but like I said, it's just enough to throw you off on the grading. So to speed things up, like I said, I'm going to use mine to slick it all up, get it where I want. I mean, you know, the customer and everything's already happy. They love how it looks. It looks good in the Instagram pictures, but I'm not happy with it. So we're going to just kind of slick it up and get it where I want it. It'll take about 45 minutes, so not too shabby. I'm gonna eat some lunch real quick. I think Dad's gonna bring one more load of rock, and I'll probably just add it a little bit over that 3-inch, and I may build up just to this side of that drain box and try to funnel all this stuff over there to it. Then eat my lunch, and then I'm gonna go in there and kind of dredge that ditch out and then clean up around the ends of those pipes. We'll put the riprap in there. And like I said, Dad may be here then. We'll dump that last load of rock, and then I'll take all my shots down through here and make sure I try to get the grade that I'm looking for. It looks like I kind of have a Takeuchi dealership going on in here today. I got the 8, the 260, the 2150, and the 250. So yeah, I'm gonna get them out here in the sun and maybe take a picture later, because I get a lot of questions on why I bought another Mini. I don't know, I guess it's hard to tell in the video that the size difference of the two machines, but this one's 13,000, this one's 37,000. So but yeah, we'll get them out here in the sun and see. I don't know, maybe the video doesn't do it justice, but I mean, you can see the difference kind of in the size of the buckets there. That's the 2-foot bucket on that, and it's a 42 on this one, but there is a fair amount of difference. Because this essentially, it seems like people can refer to cat sizes more than anything. This is the same size as like a 315 cat, and the 260 is the same size as like a 305.5 cat. That kind of gives it a little better I don't know, comparison size, I guess. So yeah, but the buckets don't interchange. This is probably the first job I've ever had them all 4 in here, but yeah, you can see it's A little bit different, but we'll get them out there in the sunshine so you can see them a little bit better. All right, now we're in the 260, so we're gonna go over here and I think I'm gonna do the rip wrap around the culvert ends first thing. Swinging anything. We'll do the rip wrap around the culverts. And if I got enough left over, we may end up just kind of taking this 2-foot bucket and digging maybe the bottom of the ditch out flat. If I've got enough rock and kind of just use the rip wrap to line that. And then we'll probably put some where it meets that other ditch, because I didn't think about that, but the guy I'm doing the work for said if we can kind of place some rock down there, that'll kind of help cut down on some of the erosion, and then the sides will just kind of eventually the grass and junk will grow back in there and help hold those, but then we can keep that bottom from kind of washing out too bad, especially that water comes out those pipes. So I may end up having to dig that down a little bit and add some more rock to that, and then I'll throw the grading bucket on and probably clean up that side of the ditch, and then we'll just kind of go around the corner and do a little bit. Maybe not punch a hole in the pipe, but it'd be helpful. And put that rip wrap just kind of in that flat bottom. It'll be a little lower than some of that, but it will kind of silt in that rock, kind of keep it from eroding. It'll look nice, and then they'll just have to kind of mow or maintain the sides of the ditch and not have to worry about the bottom of it if it does start to hold water, because I'm afraid it eventually will, because like I said, it's only got like 1 3/4 inches of fall, but that's all we got to work with. So it should drain, but it's probably gonna, like I said, just hold a little bit in the bottom of it. It's got a lot of water pushing, it'll move through there pretty quick, but other than that, it may have a little bit in there. quickly got that slicked up because I'm running out of daylight and time. I think the rain is getting here, so I need to pop the grate off the catch box. We can take the forms off where we poured around the pipes. I got the last little bit of junk on the ditch slicked up. I think this turned out pretty nice. I was gonna just rock around the ends of the pipes, but then I think they put like 7 tons on the truck. He didn't, like I said, didn't really care to do the whole thing. Plus we want all this to drain off into here, so I kind of scratched down and put this in the middle so it can be kind of like a dry creek. The bottom on a road when they get heavy rains, and part of it I was kind of worried about, it's only got like 1 3/4 inches of fall, is there's probably always going to be a little bit of water in this ditch. I don't ever foresee it draining out and being completely dry unless it's in the summertime with that amount of fall. So if there is just a little bit of water, you don't have any kind of, you know, standing water. You got the rock down in there to kind of help. I don't know, I guess the water will be down in the rock, but it won't just be standing in water all the time where it'll be soft. So we'll kind of see how this weather does. I hope we actually get a good heavy rain, which I never normally say that, but I would like to see how this works. And I'll give a channel shout out real quick. Another channel I actually just discovered, which everybody else may have already known about him, is Gate City Foundation Drains. I'm not sure, he may be maybe North Carolina for some, I don't know why, but I just discovered his channel like a week or 2 ago. He does a lot of riprap stuff and different drainage issues, obviously with the name, but the thing I really like about his channel is he always goes back either when it's raining or right after it's rained and just kind of films and gives footage of all the stuff he just put in working, if there's more issues or anything like that. So sometimes he's, you know, there in the middle of the night in his rain suit or whatever, trying to get some footage for everybody. And I thought that was kind of a cool idea. I try to get back, you know, I say I do, I don't always, some of this stuff, you know, I kind of know it's going to work, but I never really take the time, especially on rainy days. I'm usually doing something else, but I'm going to try to implement that in some of my videos. And this is one of them I'm really curious about, because like I said, there's maybe 2 inches of fall from that building to that drain box, and then from the box to the ends of these pipes, which is 65 feet, I believe. We've only got maybe 2.5, yeah, I think 2.5 inches is all we ended up getting. We tried to raise them up as much as we could, and then we got just a couple inches of fall in this ditch. Like I said, it's going to be kind of a real slow go. I mean, it'll drain off, but it's not going to be just like some of these that I do. I've got, you know, 3.5 feet of fall or whatever in 200 feet. So yeah, I'm kind of really interested. It'll probably be tomorrow, maybe when it's raining, but not tonight. But just kind of see how it does and holds up, and I'll try to get some footage for you guys actually seeing how it works. So but yeah, that guy's name's Sean, I believe, and it's Gate City Foundation Drains. So it's a really cool channel. Got a lot of cool footage, a lot of drone footage and different things, but the ones I've seen, it's a lot of similar stuff to what I do. I mean, he does more of it, obviously, just drainage and stuff like that, but he's done several riprap ones, burying downspouts, positive drains, so he's definitely one to check out. But yeah, I'm going to try to start kind of mimicking him a little bit and get back on some of these drainage projects while it's actually working, and see how it does. So I guess I'll get a quick clip of what it looks like at this end. So that side slicked up pretty nice for what material we had. This is going to be a little steep here, but it'll work. So now I'm going to come in here and, like I said, maybe 30-40 feet, cut this out, maybe try to get it to drain off a little bit. So let's get in the excavator. I made it back up here. The rain's about slowed down for now, but we've been getting rain all afternoon. So looks like the ditch has actually held up pretty well. I dug that out. I don't know if he even videoed that the other night, just to kind of help get this on down there. And I can kind of see where I got a little bit more grading and dressing up to do in the parking lot, because everything's kind of running down, which, I mean, it's working, it's running down. Kind of washed a little bit right there, but I was hoping to get a little more of this where it kind of runs down that whole side. A little soft up here too, so yeah, I got a little bit of mud and junk in there. But like I said, we've had quite a bit of rain today, because these pipes are about half full. They're flowing water, but it's not flowing fast. Which I didn't figure it was, or would, you know. It looks like I need to do a little more grading with the box over here. I mean, it's working like I want, it's just going in that one side. Ooh, I bet I know what happened. Looks like the rock is... Well, I guess that works too. The holes where we had the chains, we probably should have plugged those, I bet. But you can see how it's all kind of settled around here. It's probably, yeah, it's a good 4 or 5 inches deep, but I should have brought the compaction wheel up here and pack that in there. So, I mean, I guess that's kind of working, but not how it should be. It'll be an easy fix. So I just pop this grate out and fill those in, and then kind of regrade the rock where it's all settled. But my swell is actually working. It's really going to start raining. It's working fairly good. I didn't get it. I should have. This is one of them where I will say that I should have brought a roller and kind of rolled it in. We drove over it with the trucks and stuff, but this rock was still a little bit loose, so I just need to do a little bit of reshaping and packing in. But for the most part, I'm happy with it. It's working, not 100% like I planned on, but I didn't think about it. I forgot about those holes, I guess, in the side, and then not really packing it in there as good as what we probably should have. So, but I can come back up here with the loader and do a little touching up, and we should get this thing good to go. I can kind of, I'll just maybe add a little more rock to that side and kind of maybe even take some of this rock on the right side and take it out where it runs right into the grate. But that kind of answers my question for now. So yeah, I like doing this kind of stuff, just coming back up here, because now I can actually tell. I mean, instead of just trying to think where the water is going to go, because this is hard to tell here. It may be just coming from up there or over there, but I'm going to definitely need to do a little more grading work here. Probably cut that ditch down. Maybe you can cut the drive down a little bit more, or shape it a little bit better over there. But yeah, that answers a lot of questions I had. So we'll let this dry out. Maybe the end of the week or next week I get back up here, but we'll do a little regrading and see what it's like again next time it rains.